Are we live? Hmm. Right. Okay. Let me open up the stream. Right. Let me grab this and hello, Samson. Hello, Ginger. Hello, a wild Ethos. How's everyone doing? Ek is going to be a little bit quiet today because there's loud sounds in the background. So she may unmute during the stream, but for now it's just going to be me. I know it's boring, guys. I'm sorry. Block animation, yeah. Ek, in chat, do you want to explain which animation you're doing from the list? So X said, doing all the blocks: block enter, block idle, block idle loop, block exit, block hit, takes hit while blocking, and block break. So when you're out of stamina, and breaks your block stance. Um, Question: does he punch? He does indeed. Will the Wings of Dawn be available on PS5? So we're going to finish the base game first, and then we're going to take a look at how the community is. Because if the community is already dead, or there's a lack of players, then there's not much point. Expanding out. So we'll have a look at consoles after a while. Well, when the game's finished. But it probably won't be cross-platform. But who knows? Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Well, we can only hope that it does amazing. I can't wait to see this dragon fight. It's going to be so cool. Yeah, I'm excited as well. Probably the one I'm most interested in out of all the dragons we've got going so far. Especially to survival nerds. Well, yeah, if we can get everything correct and everything's going well. But as game development has shown already, a lot of us are paid to the ass. How many dragons are there going to be? Base game, we're going to aim for 15. How many dragons are there going to be? As I mentioned, 15 base dragons, 3 of each type. And then I'm not sure if we're going to do this in the full release of the game or if it's going to be an addition later on. But then there'll be 3 additional apexes, and then we'll have some more later on. Now, all the 15 playable dragons covering, what's your favorite? Prawn Reaper. Ek doesn't have a favorite. It's just whichever one she's currently working on that she considers easy. Dustrius Loki looks most unique. Looks like a fun brawler. I don't know. I'd probably say the Prawn Reaper's the most unique looking one. Not many insectoid dragons. By the way, I know there's profiles for like the behavior of the dragons. Is there going to be an in-game system to encourage them, such as the Shub Boys being a herd, some being solitary, etc.? Yes and no. There's a lot of things that we're going to be able to do and stuff we're not going to be able to do. So, one of the problems with game development is that there's what we the developers want to happen, and then there's what's actually going to happen. And we can't, with creatures, you can't really push people in certain directions without making it very obvious. So we will try to make people play a certain way, but it's not enforced. There'll be buffs and debuffs and things. So, like, if you're in a herd, you could get a buff, whereas if you're on your own, there's a debuff sort of thing. We can encourage things, but we can't force things. So, what's everyone's favorite looking dragon so far in the chat? I'm curious what the community is thinking. You're most looking forward. Buzzard says I'm looking forward to the EXO. Hello, Fire. How you doing? Squares. EXO or Icy Crown, Dustrius / Icy. I love the Luna, but I know you said it's gonna get a redesign. Yeah, I think probably every dragon's gonna get a redesign before it's made, but it's gonna keep the basic essence of each dragon. Icy or Prawn. The one that looks like an owl moth, that's the one they mentioned, the Luna, which is going to get changed. All of them. I can't remember how to spell it, but I like the golden black winged snake one. Snake one. Do you mean the Noctura? Because that was just a skin for it. It wasn't what it actually looks like. Um, Kieran, you're interested in? Yeah, that's. Egg was actually working on that the other day because she got stuck on something. So to calm down, she started working on it. Um, the one I'm going to be scared of encountering is the dragon that hides in the ambushes from corpses, says Farbuzzard. Yes, that would be the Noctura. But how's everyone doing? What's everyone up to? I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. Ek is doing okay, I believe. She just has to be quiet for those arriving. Just for a little bit, hopefully. Will there be dragons that can bone break other dragons or similar stuff? I think what we've said is that we do want bone breaking to be a thing, and it will be able to be done by everyone, but more so by ones that do blunt damage, such as the Dustrius. Piercing damage would cause more bleed, so or slashing damage, I should say. Piercing damage is to well pierce armor, so. Uh, because Dustrius ramming something with its head or just punching something to crush bones would be cool. Yeah, exactly. Check the Discord for one I was trying to describe was the Victorious. It looks really cool. The Victorious. Oh, right. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of a snake-ish. Kind of, I guess. Stream lag. Oh no. Yeah, Xinternet's being a little funny today. Is the stream okay for everyone else? Just to double check. How's the coding going? Last I heard you're working on replication. I think that was the correct term. Seeing it. I assume it's going okay. I haven't heard anything negative. I can tell you that Hatchet is almost done with the customization stuff. And so today X sent over the generic standard icy skin along with the icy v2. So they're just working that. They're just checking to see if that works. You may see it in Monday's update that's upcoming. If they get time. So you're going to see the old IC being showing all the different things, or you'll see the new IC. Hopefully it's going to be the V2, but you never know. Although I guess we could delay the update by a few days to get the V2 up, which would be fine. I have a question. Will there be multiple maps or just one massive one? There's going to be multiple. What we would like to do, this won't be in the full game, probably an update later on, but we would like to do, what's it called? Is it server meshing? Where you can go from one map to the next. You go just like similar to Last Oasis, where you go to the edge of the map and then you can traverse. Is it okay? Yes. Perhaps I don't know my words. Right. Okay. So it's you go to the edge of the map and then you'll be able to travel to a nearby one, but it will take up, food and water to travel between them. It's kind of the idea. What we'd like to do eventually. Not like Ark, because in Ark you have to go to specific places, and then you can go through. Sorry. And in Ark you would go to obelisks, and then you can transport from one to the next. In ours, we want it to be a bit more natural, so you go to the border, and then you can traverse. Yes, in Ark, nothing is natural. I guess it's more similar to Atlas, actually. Maybe you are right. But speaking about the other maps, sorry, I should say, we will be doing different climates. So we're doing a very basic one for the first one. Then we're probably going to do a desert one, and then jungle, and there'll be an overall biome for each, and then there'll be sub biomes within that. So if we did a desert, it would be obviously classic desert, sand dunes and stuff, and then there would be within that parts of it would be arid, parts of it would be rocky, ravines, all that sort of stuff. So we want it to be interesting. Will dragons eventually have subspecies? No, never. Creatures will in game. For example, Williams have subspecies. The one that you see normally is kind of what we would consider the normal one, and then there will be jungle Williams, desert Williams, and cave Williams. How will that affect unlocking dragons? Since I thought you have to unlock the dragons for every server, you do. What's the question? Facts. Sorry. Um, I don't know if you guys take the dragon suggestions, but I think it would be cool if there was a two-headed one, like has trained dragon, one shoots gas. We don't take dragon suggestions anymore because people don't. People end up creating. They just, as you've just done, just say, "Could you add how to train your dragons?" And we're like, "No." um, so we won't be sort of taking suggestions. And even the people that have donated higher amounts, we're going to get very strict with them on dragons that they can do because they're there to give suggestions. So, mm. But there will be a Hydra. So I guess technically it's similar, but it doesn't have an element. It doesn't do that. I thought when you changed the map, you also changed the server. Yes, you would. But the way that we think that that would most likely work is that you would have a server cluster, so a group of servers connected to one. So technically, you've joined the cluster server, which has all the information on it. Uh, no, the Hydra is an apex; it cannot fly. Nor does it have a Sorry. Yes, an apex. So it's not. Yeah, it doesn't have. Sorry, Egg threw me off. She said I can chat. Um, what's broken? So is something broken? Uh, so sorry. The Hydra is going to be an Apex Dragon. It doesn't have an element. You have to unlock all the 15 previous dragons to unlock it, and it's mainly just a dragon that doesn't fly. It's a hyper carnivore. It wants to eat everything. Um, will there be flying apexes or there be more grounded dragons? Most likely they'll be grounded, or they will be very bad at flying. Same with aquatic. There won't be an aquatic apex, but there probably will be a semi-aquatic apex. Would it be 100 players per server or per cluster servers? It'll probably be per server, but again, the cluster server idea is something in the far future, so don't even think about it just yet. Um, the Hydra's been a thing for like years. It's just something we don't really talk about. Will there be a climbing ability for any of the dragons? Yep. The Dustrius has one. The Arduin, the Prawn Reaper, and one other one. I forgot its name. Arduin? I'm not sure if I said that one. The Dustrius is a herbivore. Yes, this one is a herbivore. Uh, whether what about AI crushers, or is this main focus dragons and crushers down the line? So we're going to start off with trying to get 100 players in a server with the 5 base dragons. We're going to see how that lags the server, and if it does or doesn't, we'll decide what to do from there. If it's positive, we'll slowly start adding small AI, see how smart we can make them, or how dumb they have to be, and then we can slowly start adding things over time. Because with survival games, it's normally either you have a low player count but really smart AI, or you have a high player count and no AI. So we're kind of having to meet in the middle. So they're probably going to be dumb, but we can make them seem smarter than they actually are. For example, Ark has a 70 player limit, I think, but they have tons of AI, which is dumb, as in the AI is dumb. So, we don't want them to be like Ark AI because I think that's boring. So, we need to work something out. So it's 5 dragons at the start of the game, and then you'll add more of the updates. No, so the 5 dragons that we're doing at the moment is for the Kickstarter / early access. The base 5 at the moment are. Let me just go down the list. Where is my list? Here's my list. My tracking list. So we're going to start off with the Icy Crown, then it's the Dustrius, then it's the Dustrius, Kirin, and Valhad. Those are the 5 base. Once those are done, we will add 1 dragon at a time until we get to aquatics, in which case we will basically be doing a massive overhaul and we'll add all of those in one go. But we'll be adding them slowly over time. Depending on how much money we make in the Kickstarter, will determine the amount of dragons we add to the early access. Because if we made like 1 million, then we could spend a few years, well, a year or two, um, doing it. But if we only made 100,000, then we have to be relatively fast with it. Or if we made 50, then we'd have to think about doing it later on this year or very early next year. So it's basically money based. Everything comes down to money, guys. And we don't want to milk you lot because we could. We could fucking do bad things on Patreon, for example, or charge for each dragon, but that's just not what our company stands for, and it's a bit scummy, so we're not going to do that. Um, but yeah, it was open a while ago, but it's closed now. It's been closed for around a month or coming up to it. The Kickstarter is probably going to open out maybe June, July ish, around that time. Well, kind of more money equals more staff equals faster progress. Yes and no, because it's we've got the staff that we kind of need. It's just putting them on for more time than they do currently, which requires more money to do that. Um, Not when it comes to humans. Human stuff, we do need to find um, additional people, but that's a future problem. Because with humans, we need a dedicated human concept artist, a dedicated animator, a dedicated modeler, um, and yeah. So that's 3 additional people, which, especially with animation, can add up quite quickly. But that's why we're focusing on dragons at the moment, because we have everyone we need already. So, yeah. Would someone who has access to mocap suit be able to help with animation? Not saying I do, but I might know a person who does. Well, I mean, we know we have someone that has a mocap suit, so that's not really an issue. It's more so finding someone that can do first-person animations and third-person animations and have everything sort of work out. Um, X says it's not all about mocap; it's about the cleanup. So, as I was saying before, we need someone that can do first and third-person animations because the humans are first person; they're not third person. So humans have to have first person animations for the player, and then you also have to have third person animations for people seeing that player. And those animations have to be synced up so that the player who is hitting someone in first person, you know, it's just complicated. Basically, player A, first person, player B, watching player A in third person. Animations have to line up so that way, if you're having a fight, it feels like a fight, basically. Hypothetically, if someone wanted to animate for free for you guys, would you hire them? Depends on the level of quality. Just because it's free does not mean that it's good. And we're not gonna, even if it's free, you know, doesn't mean we'd hire them. Free doesn't always mean good. Mocap cleanup is a tedious. I feel that. Yes. I heard the Luminera and the XO were going to have redesigns. How different revisions will they be? Probably quite a bit, but we're going to try and keep the essence of what they are. If that makes sense or helps. Yes, I know. I think so. Lunar Mirror will still have ice webs, but look a different way, or is that changing too? So at the moment, I decided, to be honest, because it's so far away, I can't save for certain. Um, all I can really say is that we're aiming for it to be similar and have the essence of obviously the way that it's been designed already. It's just that our style has changed a bit and the lore has been fleshed out and it no longer made sense as much. So yeah. Which I know some people may be annoyed about, but we have to do it if we want our game to make sense. We were also worried that the game was a bit too what's the term? Some of the dragons felt like OCs, and we had a problem with that. OCs being original characters. No, so OCs, what is meant by that is it felt like someone's creation that they made for themselves and not for the game. Obviously, we want original characters for the game, but we don't want an OC, meaning someone's personal character. And that's what it kind of felt like with the existing designs. Um, so we're changing them up, if that makes sense. Hard to find the need for the mechanics in guns. Not so much their mechanics, just their appearance, that's all. It's just we have lore behind the scenes that has not been publicly stated yet. So it's difficult to explain. And it wasn't matching up with the lore. So things needed to change. And change they have. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. But yeah, does anyone have any questions about anything? Again, apology if you're just joining. Ek is not talking because there's sound in the background. Hopefully, she'll be here by the end of the stream, but that's the reason she's not at the moment. I mean, or I could start saying that I'm doing all the animation at the moment. I'm happy that people are making herbals actually dangerous and not just walking cheeseburgers. Yeah. She's stuck in the chat, guys. I've got the official kind of game sentience run. Exactly, yeah. That's what Ek is. But yeah, does anyone have any questions about the stream or about the animation or about the game in general? Then feel free just to ask. Is there any lore you can give us? Well, you need to be specific about what you want to know about. Because there's a lot of things I can say, but there's too much to say. Give us a Dorito. No. I see animations are fully finished. Not quite yet. There's probably a handful of animations left. And those will be done hopefully by Monday. When do you think they'll be done by, realistically? And favorite bit of lore. So I created some lore for a place that I would like to add. Probably it won't be soon, but it's a little place that we've called Red Harbor. And Red Harbor is obviously a harbor on the coast, and it's called Red Harbor because once a year, there are jellyfish that will come into the bay, and they will spawn, and they are bioluminescent, and the bay turns red, hence Red Harbor. And fishermen will take them, and they're used as food because you can eat jellyfish in some cases. And then they're also used as fertilizer because that's what jellyfish can be used for. And then it will make the crops glow slightly. That's probably one of my favorite bits because it's just nice. It's a tiny thing. Fleshing out the lore. So you have to do the underwater locomotion, which isn't needed yet. The fatal crash landing death poses, the takeoff standing and takeoff midair. You have to finish up the limps, the death drowned, and then it's the pickup item, pickup struggle, and then the nesting stuff. Uh, in a bit, Dorian. Right, so that's all the blocking animations done for the Dustrius. So, Ek, just to double check with you before I tick them off, to make sure they are. We have block in from idle to block idle. I am looking at the list. She's not making it very easy. She's being a pain in the ass. Right, hold on, because the thing isn't live. I can barely read that. Heck. Block idle. Block here. Block here. Sure. Okay, I trust that you've done them. You can correct it if it's wrong later on. Right. So next animations, Ek. We can either do no, it's not the fact it wasn't HD. It's the fact that it's super far away from the screen. Anyway, so ground idle as the breath attacks, the tail combos, the bite combos, object interaction, sniff, build nest, or the courtship stuff. Question: how breathe? How breath? Ek isn't going to be talking because she can't on stream at the moment. I will see Ek if Fenrir, not Fenrir, if Vaterius has done anything. Uh, Vaterius, I don't think is around Ek, and I don't see any of their drawings. So give me a second. I have to go through all the messages. Oh, they are here. Boo. Boo. Perfect. Thank you, Vaterius. Sorry, guys. Lord trailer when? That will be coming out at some point, yes. Ek, I've sent you the Dustrius punchy. Vitarius. You wanted Vitarius to do the breath, right? No, it has the special punching, not the. It doesn't have like a fire breath. It has a fireball still for anti-air stuff, but it has the special punch. Yeah, the flashbang is the special for it. It has punch and then the special punch. I think it's a charge up thing, and then it punches, and then it flashbangs. It's just a more exaggerated punch, I believe, but like sort of shaking up to charge. Uh, Ek, for now, just do the tail swing. I'll get Vitarius to come up with a drawing for the flashbang punch thing. Would we consider a Blender tutorial? Well, that's up to Ek, but probably not on this. This is for game dev stuff only. Just tuned into the stream. Love the thumbnail pic. Oh, don't say that. Ek gets very annoyed when people comment on the thumbnail because Ek spent several hours on her thumbnails. I spend a whole 5 minutes. People like my thumbnails more. Keep up the great work as well. I mean the funny thumbnails. Thank you. So, for you guys knowing, we're now doing the tail attack. So our combat system is sort of a combo attack system. So it's going to be going, uh, it'll be going to the left, and then it'll be going to the right, and then it'll do a slam downwards. So that's what she's doing at the moment. It's shaking its ass. Defensive ass shaking. Yes, exactly. But yeah, does anyone have any questions, guys? Uh, Rabot says it's my favorite punchy boy. Indeed. Will collectibles be a thing? No. No. I don't think so. You're excited for the game. Good. I would hope so. Be a bit annoying if you weren't excited for it. Rip a bone or seashell collection would be fun. Well, it wouldn't really make much sense for dragons. Dragons are dumb. They're just creatures. Just little guys. Uh, We've played Dustrius or Vitrus as time goes. Yeah. Dustrius I'm most excited about. For the base 5, anyway. Which is weird, because normally I prefer carnivores, but yeah. Sorry if it's not as entertaining, guys. We didn't know that there would be people around for Ek. So I know it's not as enjoyable as normal. The Dustrius looks like a cross between a Triceratops and a Rex. I mean, I don't. Maybe the Triceratops. I'm not sure about the Rex. I think that's a bit of a stretch. great background noise. It's just me talking.
Whoa!
Oh,
Whoa!
oh, she's there. Hello.
You're not taking very good care of the chat. You're just like half ignoring it, and whenever he answers to a message, it's like a message I have sent like 10 minutes ago because he doesn't even fucking look.
I mean, it's because you're so just boring.
It's just the one who's yawning whenever you're the only one talking. You're literally boring yourself.
It's just so dull.
Look at all the viewers. They're fucking dropping because they don't care, lol. Nobody fucking cares about you. You're so
it's because
there's no.
It's just because you're not doing very good animation.
Yeah, sure thing. I can tell you right now that you're probably playing a fucking game instead of like looking.
I'm not.
Active.
How would you know? I have 2 screens for a reason.
That doesn't do anything about screens. Guys,
someone was going to say, "Who's this?"
Guys, I'm gonna put
they
this.
don't know who you are.
I'm putting this into the fucking media chat right now. General media. Look at this. I'm outing him. He's playing a game right now. Look at that. This is what is happening on my Steam right now. Look at that.
No, there's actually not. I'm not actually playing it. It's just on in the background.
Sure. And all the clicking I can hear, and then like when you're very quiet is when you're concentrating. Yeah. Huh?
Nah,
and
that's not happening. Fake news.
Yourself for this work that you're doing.
Fake news.
I'm gonna go eat some.
They're big dumb. I hope you choke on it.
It tastes like Christmas.
You know what? When we get a house together, love. No carrot cake in the house. Banned.
I'm gonna ban you from.
Because carrot cake is the worst type of cake.
No, I'm gonna ban you.
Why'd you want vegetable?
I'm gonna ban you jerking off.
No.
The carrot cake, I'm not jerking off, man.
What games do you play if you play games in your free time? Ek and I have been playing Last Oasis, Star Citizen, and there was another one. Bellwright. Those are the games we've been playing. 2 of those we kind of hate. And they're made by the same developers.
The hate flows
So
deep.
that could say, yeah. So I'm sure that says something.
It kind of feels like you get stuck halfway through Bellwright. Because it's like you have your AI now, and you build a thing, and it's
So
like,
tedious.
the fuck do you do now? I wish that you could like gather up your people and just tell them to go like raid something for you. You know, send them out instead of having to lead them all the fucking time, and then you can't even fast travel.
Yeah.
Imagine if you could fast travel with them. So nice.
If we could, yeah, that would be so much better, but we can't.
Somebody's mentioning about Star Citizen. Oh, we got a citizen here.
How much for the ships? Oh, we put all the funding money into buying like all the ships.
Where do you
we call
think
them
the money
investments.
goes? It's all Star Citizen.
It's still Star Citizen.
We just recently spent it to for the Perseus, right? We're just kidding.
No.
We don't spend money.
So, no,
Did
we
you
bought
spend
the base
money?
game and that's it. No, I've never spent money on it. Other
Me
than
neither.
buying
Like,
the initial
if
game.
it was like private money and I had the money and I got like some really big
I
commissions
probably
in,
still
I
wouldn't.
would. No, I would. Like if I got some really big commissions in, I'd be like, here's the late birthday gift. Oh yeah, y'all, everybody. If y'all didn't know, he had birthday recently.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And you forgot.
Well, I was busy that day, okay?
Excuses.
Shut up.
American Season says, same, I have made a second settlement in Bellwright, and I have stopped playing after that. See, Ek doesn't know that there's a second region.
Why did my message get deleted in fucking general chat, general media?
I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway.
Was it you motherfucker? Was it you motherfucker?
I even hinted that I did that.
No, I
Like,
just saw it and I
going
was like, why am I getting pinged? And it's like, message deleted in general media by Sadek. Attachments 1. Clack Knight. Playing. Going medieval.
Anyway.
It was out of respect that I
Did
didn't
you
yell
hear
that he
what I
had
said?
birthday on his birthday. He had birthday the 17th. He's a baby boy.
I'm going to announce when Ek has her birthday.
Oh, everybody knows that. Fuck off. I have like multiple servers announcing whenever I have birthday. You know
Yeah,
me.
I'm doing it at everyone. And I'm going to tell everyone to private message you.
I'm gonna tell everybody to go and get your Steam ID to go befriend you.
No, I like my. Although
I'm gonna
have
dox your
currently-
Steam.
No, currently I have a list of friends that I do not accept on Steam. Mm-hmm. I'm currently up to 12 requests.
Why?
I believe it was 17, but people removed it. But because I don't know who they are, and I just collect them.
It's like
Anyway.
Pokemon.
Yeah, in Bellwright, there's a second entire region.
I know. What a.
Heck, we're gonna 100% the game.
We're not. I don't think it's worth it.
100%.
You can't even love. You can't even 100% it because the achievements is like one of them is like you have to help your settlers to plant saplings, and that function is not even in the game yet, and yet it is an achievement.
Well, I guess we're in it for the long run then.
No, I do not want. Like Bellwright is a cool concept, but like the execution fucking sucks. It feels like I'm
feels
getting
more like an
bored
MMO.
Yeah, it feels like a
Like
grindy ass
it's
MMO.
a proper grind, yeah.
Yeah.
It feels more like it's made for like a small team of 8 people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still enjoyable. Like, I'm not having fun.
Yeah, but most of the times it's like, God fucking damn it! Like the combat is.
Where's
ass.
the hide?
It's the combat. It's the combat.
The
It's the same. It's the same
is
fucking
worse
combat.
than Last Oasis.
Yeah, and I don't know how the fuck they managed that because last week's fucking sucks.
Oh, thank you for saying happy birthday, everyone. But yeah, no, Star Citizen, we bought the base tier, which I think for me was £20, and then for Ek was like 25, or however much the cheapest one was. So it's like nothing, and then we just grind, and that's it.
He loves when I grind.
I do the grinding, and then Ek just sits there.
He gives me my outfits.
She's like, oh, pretty outfit.
I want to be piss yellow, please.
Which reminds me, it should be next week, Ek, that the crafting update for Star Citizen comes out. So that's going to change the game entirely.
I can't wait until people go, no! But that's fucking unfair! Who the fuck's been crafting like 50,000 fucking missiles?
I think the bigger problem is going to be that some people are going to have guns that fire like 100 rounds more than the default gun, and people are going to go, "Oh, that guy's hacking." And in reality, he's just got a good blueprint. Most wanted to ship, because it's CS:GO. Yeah. Anyone here gonna get Subnautica 2? Gonna come out in May, I think, early access. Well, there's drama behind that. So
I think they've been told that they are allowed to publish it themselves or work on it again or something.
yes, they won in court. So the publishers kind of got slacked. And they could win the 250 million if they get it out in time. So that's good.
It is also showing that the publishers are not just allowed to do anything in the field, like, and it's also a nice slap for the publishers, in the future out there.
Yeah. Yeah, which is
It's
good.
very important when a game that's being published wins.
Do you mean the developers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with publishers, just so long as they know.
Oh yeah, the news this week. What's his fucking name?
Is it something positive or is this?
Chuck Norris is dead.
Oh right, yeah. Well, I really couldn't give a shit.
It's the memes.
He means nothing.
The memes are dead. Literally dead.
Well, clearly he's not the real Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris can die. He already killed Death.
Samson didn't know. Samson didn't hear it. Oh no.
He died.
Yeah, he died today.
Yeah, Chuck Norris is dead.
He's fucking dead.
He just suddenly
He just fucking died.
He's just fucking dead. Samson is dying.
Robot says, nah, Death was waiting until Chuck Norris got bored from not having a challenge before taking him to the next mortal arena. Nice.
I think Dev got the fucking surprise attack on Chuck Norris because he just somehow went to the hospital. He was completely healthy before, apparently, and then he just fucking next day died.
I don't think he was.
People just die, love. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I don't think he was healthy.
People can die even when healthy, love. There's actually a case going on in Sweden. There's actually a case. I think he was like 18 or something. He felt fine, and then he suddenly felt a little bit sick, and then like less than 24 hours later, he was dead. And the doctor said like it was just the flu.
Oh, nice.
He was dead.
He was fucking dead.
It has happened with kids here too. Like, oh, blood poisoning? Ah, that's not blood poisoning. That's actually just like he's just having a little bit of sickness. Give him some painkillers. Next day, dead. It's so often here in Sweden. I don't think I should go to the doctors.
No, it's by the sounds of it.
I go there. It's just a flu, and like I have like an artery fucking blood spewing everywhere. Like, I just put like a fucking painkiller in that hole. Chuck was 87 years.
Yeah. Who's going to pick my oranges from my apple and make lemonade? Says Samson.
I miss the Chuck Norris fucking jokes. That was peak internet back then.
It was just a stupid meme.
I know, but it was a really, really big meme. Just like 6'7".
I don't understand it.
I know.
Why?
It just means okay or alright. It doesn't mean anything other than that. It's just like okay or alright. 6'7". You know.
No.
Get out of it.
Isn't Chuck like 87? No, he was 87.
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry, you're so...
Forgettable. I don't think I'm gonna visit you then. You just gonna forget about me. No,
you'll promise. No, I won't forget about you. I just slowly seethe.
I just slowly become transparent. My essence is leaving me.
No. She needs more essence.
If anything, you need some essence.
Essence? What sort of essence?
The illegal type?
What do you mean? What's the illegal type of essence?
Drugs. Do you want some drugs?
You want some drug? No. Stop trying to get me into drugs.
Why not? Go drink some alcohol.
Stop it.
I need to get you drunk.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, I do.
No.
Oh yeah, I do.
That's just what you'll do.
Hmm?
I don't trust you.
What do you mean? I'm not doing anything bad to you.
I can tell that by that phrase, she's poking her fingers together.
I'm not. You can literally see me using both my keyboard, like both my hands to do this to the fucking screen.
No, the stream is very.
You know what?
Blank.
You
what?
are very blunt.
Take that back.
You all ever seen Lord of the Rings? Yeah, but I don't remember it. I've seen it multiple times and I don't remember it.
Samson, I hate to say it, but it's just a crap film.
I like the battles. But
The
that's about
battles are
it.
cool, but the story is shit. I hate the ring. The ring is dumb.
Give me your ring.
No!
Here.
Marriage ring.
No,
Wedding
wrong
ring.
ring, no.
Trapped now.
Fuck! It's like a Chinese finger trap, but forever.
X sounds like Gollum from a distance.
Whoa, don't call out my fucking goblin like that. That's a new one.
You sound like Gollum from a distance.
Fuck off. What do you mean? What do you mean true? Precious.
Precious.
Gotta gargle that all the way to deep down my throat, and I can't do that.
Well, the first thing you've got to go, oh!
Yeah, it's not you, because I can't.
Samson, hey yo.
If anything, he would wish I would go. You know it.
Anyway.
Oh, too sensitive now.
The Wolf Queen says, now the movies might not be 100% faithful, but don't diss on Tolkien's work. You wouldn't have all this elves and dragons and fantasy without Tolkien. We would. What do you mean?
We had
He just
Dungeons
made a
and
popular
Dragons.
book.
We had Dungeons and Dragons as books. Come on now.
Listen, if his stuff was written today, it would be mediocre at best.
They already I'm still mad that they're remaking fucking Harry Potter.
That's dumb.
It's like, why? That's wrong. Just rewatch it. It's really good still. Like, it's still good CGI and stuff. Can we rewatch Harry Potter?
We have to.
No.
Good.
That'd be really cool.
Are you doing the finger pointy?
No,
Guys,
I'm
really
not.
good.
There we go. Now he feels like, look at how like good slam he's giving. Look at that back end motion.
Just boom, backhand.
There we go. Even the fucking shield crest is going down now. Get that fucking slam. Now we just need the little leggies here to tighten up, and then down, and then, and then. Perfect. I really like this one. This has a good momentum to it.
Yeah, it's a big bonk.
And it's a tiny AoE as well. Shield fingers vibrate and open up progressively until maximum charge. Then it loops at maximum charge with fingers constantly vibrating. Winding both arms back progressively until max charge. Quickly closes fingers together as it launches both arms forward to trigger gunpowder-like explosion.
Oh, you're reading Batarius' thing.
Yeah. You were worried this was like some fucking not safe for work shit. Yeah, what am I reading? Fingers are vibrating over here.
Batarius wrote up how the Dustrius punches. Favorite character in Lord of the Rings was Gollum. In The Hobbit, it was Smaug. Made it popular. I'm going to D&D exists. Yeah, but it's just like the books are fine. Well, I mean, I'm not a fan of how good guys always win. I don't think they should always win. It's not real.
Sometimes it's a nice surprise for the bad guys to win. It's like, oh, shit.
I can hear your mouth noises again.
Hmm?
I can hear your mouth noises.
My mouse noises.
Yes, I can hear when you're breathing very loudly.
Thanos one ASMR typing. How's everyone doing? What's people been up to? Do you have any questions about anything? This question earlier. Enjoying Friday. ASMR lol. When do you think a public beta test would happen? Not for a while. We do have a meeting with our senior programmer on Sunday. It's Friday today, not Saturday. So I will get some more information then. We're trying not to say anything publicly. We're kind of giving rough estimates because we don't know. Does Ek use noise suppression?
The clicking you can hear is also partly him.
Nah.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna mute myself so you guys can hear it.
No.
Guys, he's doing this on purpose, by the way. I think he muted himself trying to. He is clicking, I swear to God, he is clicking.
I think that worked. Samson, please. Because he says I don't hear clicking anymore.
But also, if I were to use noise suppression, I'll be very quiet and stuff. So I'm just gonna put you over here. By the way, you're such an asshole for staying quiet. I know I can hear you fucking typing. I can hear you tapping.
I'm not typing.
No, I can hear you playing your stupid ass
I
game.
haven't been typing.
I can hear you stupid ass game.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, because I'm not playing it. I have no idea what you mean.
Really? Really? Sure.
Yes, definitely.
Sure.
Uh-huh. Dustrius shield block. How is it against all elements as well as physical attacks as well as human weaponry? It'll work. That's something we're going to have to do some testing with once it's in. Imagine if humans could use the armored chicken's arms as doors.
It's not that big.
Yeah. It's also just very
That's what she
unwieldy
says
to try that. I'm not your ex. Anyway,
Whoa,
the day I
throwing
believe Clack
shit.
is the day. The wolf says, "The day I believe Clack is the day I admit British are real, which is the day when whales grow wings to fly."
Well, whales fly underwater. What's your problem?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Also, you think that if I wasn't real, Ek would date me?
I have
You think
dated
she would
worse.
choose me? That's true. Talking about your ex again. Anyway. Boom.
Rapid fire. I mean, they do fly in
We
the air.
talking
They
about
go
him
out of
again?
the ocean and then just jump into the air and then go back down.
Ek, you missed it.
What?
You said rapid fire, and then I went, are you talking about your ex again?
No, that would be like... it wouldn't even be a rapid fire laugh. It would be...
Would in a fight between these guys be head bashing or tail smacking? I think it would mainly be head bashing.
Also, if people want to take these for fucking doors, these shield fingers thing, people do have to remember that there is literally like a high pressure of bile or something in there that it can rocket punch stuff with. So I'm pretty sure that if there's a leak,
If you kill them, they'll just detonate.
it's like a grenade.
Yeah. The babies watch their just parents explode when they get hit by a firebolt.
Oh my god, oh my god. When you like run over a baby Dustrius, you can just hear pop.
Yeah, if you have fire on you.
It's just like a little gunfire. Boop. Just think a little bit of fire. Not much, just like a little bit. It's like a piece of fireworks, you know, like those little balls that you could throw on the ground and they go.
Oh, oh, pop rocks.
Yeah,
Or whatever they're called.
It's
Yeah.
like Dustrius, baby Dustrius.
Oh, that'd be so sad.
That'd be so funny. You run over. It's just like the only thing that's left of it is just like a shield finger, like maybe like the part of its tail, and it's just like black suit.
Oh. Yes. Poppers, apparently.
Gotta make sure I get that bone jiggle going.
Couldn't they use it if the thing is already dead and out of bile? I think the bile is removed or dries out, potentially becoming spark powder. No, I think it just sort of seeps out and just dries up and doesn't become anything.
Leaky. This one's leaky.
It becomes leaky.
It's like,
Although I guess it could be a
you see
way
me.
if we wanted to allow grenades. Zach. I guess this is the way you get it.
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
Shut up.
I have to be quietly wheezing.
Why are you wheezing?
What do you mean, women? Oh yeah, look at that jiggle. Oh, he feels hefty.
Oh, Snowy's here. Hello. Oh, Snowy. I think it would probably be like a special type of ballista bolt. Yeah, like a spark bolt or something. Where they've lined it with... Maybe they've hollowed out the tip of the the bolt. Grow up. Grow up.
The tip. How hard won't you take?
Although she's in her weird phase. Everything's funny to her now.
Look at her. Look at his jiggly ass. Look at that jiggle.
Voice.
And them thighs.
Theac.
I should give it little fishnets.
No, you shouldn't. Maybe for Valentine's Day. Next year. Wolf, they did have explosives in medieval times, but you have to remember the medieval times is like 1,000 years. Our time period, they don't have it yet. And we're not having China in the game, so...
They can pay us.
Huh?
Make this political.
No. What about hydrogen bombs? Probably not. Asian dragons are weird. I'm not a fan of them. I like my dragons where they make sense and can fly with wings. Not a fan of...
Ew, you like your
defying-
dragons? Ew, fuck scaly, ew.
I'm not a fan of dragons that just can fly without a reason.
Ew, scaly.
The only way we would add
Ew.
sort of Eastern dragons, Asian dragons, is if they weren't actually flying, they're actually under the water. But then it kind of defies the point of that type of dragon. So
well, all magic in our game's been banned.
And if
To
you
be
bring
fair.
magic, you banned.
You're banned.
It is, however, past 2 hours.
Yeah, we do 3-hour streams, remember?
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Mm-mm. No, we don't. I really like this animation. It's very fluid.
It's very, yeah, it was quick as well.
And that just means that you don't always have to bake in like physics and stuff. Only like physics and like really big tails, like small tails like this. I like to do it manually when it requires very specific movement. I'm just gonna fix up all of these here.
Case says, by the way, you guys really put the work into the stream thumbnail, I gotta say. Thank you. Egg didn't really do much for her thumbnail, so I thought I'd, improve it a bit. Snowy says, dissing my OC, it's an Asian dragon that can fly without wings. Laugh my ass off.
Make a realistic Asian dragon launching himself off a cliff and then gliding through. You know, like those snakes that can kind of like spread themselves out flat to glide.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like a really flat noodle. But like very small.
Yeah, but
just flat.
I don't think you can call that gliding. It's more just flying more horizontal than
No.
falling.
It's not flying. It's falling in style.
Yeah. It's falling slightly further away than a normal thing would.
Yeah, but it's technically quote a flying snake. It's the same with a flying squirrel. They don't fly, they just glide. People, oh okay, you know what we should do? We should just add that as a dragon thing for it, but make it very, very tiny.
It just dies.
It's just a fucking noodle. It's just a fucking noodle.
Well, probably.
People would like a huge, like I think you call it like an oolong dragon or whatever the fuck. Was like small.
Small.
I'm making it small. Could put away this. I also have to piss.
Guys, start asking questions. More questions, guys. Do it. Give me more questions. What if the Asian Dragon was a flying, like a flying lead? We're not adding flying AI into the game. Are there going to be more bird-like dragons? They're my favorite. I never see them. That's why I love your spider owl concept. None of our dragons are going to be, like bird, I guess, and they're not going to be mammalian either. They're all going to be lizards or insects. Or fish, I guess. Will there be group limits? There will be, yes. On certain dragons. Dragons will have different ones. Hold a competition for dragon ideas, not because you need it, but because it would be sick to see what people come up with. No, because then people would assume that we're looking for one. We've done it in the past, but we're not doing it again. Dragon but basilisk lizard runs on water. No. Dragon Dustrius will be able to knock things back, yeah. Uh, will you ever put an art channel? Well, that's just general media. You can just upload it in there. Or the fan art channel. Or I guess the suggestion channel, but you know. Question about the humans. Do they just spawn in with everything, or do they have to... You have to... It's a survival game. You have to get everything. You spawn with nothing. Would you prefer if something dies, would it make a ragdoll, or would it be animated and fixed? It would be animated and fixed. Ragdolls are fun, but with survival games, it can be annoying if suddenly it ragdolls through the floor, or somewhere
Hello?
else. Hello.
I had a piece of constipation.
Oh no.
Anyway, the slugs are doing well.
Slug.
Slug the children.
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 So, what stuff have you been answering so far?
People were curious about stuff.
No, they were asking about ragdolling, if we would do that, or if they would be animated. They said we do animation, not ragdolling. They said, do humans spawn with everything, or do they have to harvest it? We said harvest. Would a human be able to preserve Dustrius bulb by encasing its arms in a wax to prevent it from leaking out? We'd probably just make it a drop resource, to be honest, instead. If we were to do something like that. How does one acquire a beta test key? You'd have to support the Indiegogo or the Kickstarter to get a copy of the game. Or wait until the Kickstarter and there will be everyone can play it for a little while. And then you'd have to wait until the game's release if you don't donate. Finisher animations are planned for the future. Will they get giant ships? Yes. They'll get ships. I wouldn't say they're giant.
Well, arc ships.
Yeah. But
Lore.
they're not playable. They're lore. Yeah, they're not. Right, is that all the tail ones done then? Or is
Yeah, I'm just finishing them up. And then I'm gonna put them in a series next to each other just so I can see how it looks. Because I need all the body jiggle on this fucking Dustrius. It makes it feel much more heavy. Two, three.
Will there be interactable emotes? Say if two dragons approached each other and someone hit an emote to rest its chin on the other one's back or something like that. Maybe in the future, but there will be emotes. I think having interactable emotes would be cool. but not a priority at the moment. The sea serpent dragon was labeled as an omnivore. Will it be able to eat the same food as the herbivore, or is it limited to certain plants? It probably would be able to just eat anything. I know in survival games that have playable aquatic species, they tend to be overlooked / not played a lot. What type of things do you plan to add to aquatic / ways to encourage others to go near the water?
Oh, they get a whole fucking update for themselves, by the way.
Yes, so with the aquatic stuff, we plan on doing basically the aquatic update. So that's going to include human stuff, biomes, obviously the dragons, monuments, basically everything. So that's going to be 4 new dragons, which is the 3 aquatic dragons, and then the prawn reaper, because that's semi-aquatic. It's going to add ships and boats for humans. We're going to overhaul the ocean and rivers, so there will be stuff underwater. There'll be different biomes underwater, from deep sea to so abyssal zone, so deep sea, then sort of mid sea, I guess, and then the shallows. So we can differentiate stuff, and then there'll be different biomes in each one. There'll be AI, hopefully, at that point. So we would include like different fish, dolphins, whales. I'm going to assume we'll add turtles, crabs, some fantasy things in there. So it's going to be one big update, and then for humans, they're going to be able to obviously fight one another on ships. They're going to be able to dive with, not with diving suits. Not with scuba suits, but they'll have diving suits, so they can walk along the ocean floor. But there's a bunch of other stuff planned, including monuments for humans to get loot and to explore the story a bit more, and all sorts of things.
See this as an expansion, almost.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's like diving suits.
Diving suits? Pray tell. Yes, there will be diving suits. As I mentioned, there will be sort of like events that will give players reasons to go diving. We're not just doing it for the sake of it, so don't worry about that. But the way that we plan on the diving suits to work is that they're basically sort of like a medieval suit of armor. Well, actually, if you know the very old diving suits, like 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago, similar to those, but we'll make them a bit more player-friendly. They'll have a limited oxygen supply on them, and instead of being able to swim around, you have to walk along the ocean floor. So it will be more entertaining, because obviously you'll be hiding behind like coral and stuff.
Coral!
Huh?
Coral!
Coral! You'll be hiding behind coral and, stuff like that. to stay away from things, and it's mainly used for if there are shipwrecks, so you can go and steal from the ocean floor, or if you wanted, I guess, steal dragon eggs and that sort of stuff. Or wanted to do some sort of cool medieval invasion from the ocean.
Here we go. Look at that. That looks actually really good.
Very nice.
It's got some real swing on it.
Got some real sass. Da, 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 da.
That's probably like one of the best one of the attacks so far. Dustrius is definitely a lot more fun to animate because it doesn't have wings.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably now at the same spot as you are with the icy on it. Right, so this is the from idle to tail, tail 1 to idle, tail 1.
No. This is from idle to tail tag 1, tail tag 1 to tail tag 2, tail tag 2 to tail tag 3, 3 back to idle. I don't have the in-betweens of cutting them off yet, but I will.
Okay, I'm not going to take any off then until that's done. We might as well finish them off this stream.
Yeah, I will.
Wow, we have 27 people watching. I didn't even realize. I thought we were just on like 15. Hello, everyone. Sorry.
Well, this is going to be the update. Really like this one.
Yeah. Part of my reason why they're not back in Ragdoll both as concepts would be the hilarity of heavy attacks punching a human and watching them get launched. But as a survival game, you're right about it being frustrating. I mean, it'd probably just be animated. Like if this thing if a human gets punched by this thing, they're going to get sent flying. So it'd be animated. That's all good. I just know a human imperialism about to go hard. Will there be a pirate tree for humans? No, because while there are pirates, they're not, as renowned back then. They didn't have their own tech tree, as it were. They were just normal people that were doing piracy. So
right, I'm doing the outs now. Foot, lift. I need you to lift up faster. That go there, one more, go there, lift. I'm just gonna do it a little faster. Because that's the end first.
Town Bum says, I love these dev streams. Bro, I just came in, but this animation looks sick, says Geth. Thanks, Geth. Is this one attack, or is this omnidirectional?
It's a combo. It's you click 1 for one side and 2 for the other side, and then you click 3 times for making the full combo, and you can keep doing it.
Wondercross says, wow, I didn't even know Dustrius says the arm shells were split. I thought it was just one big arm shell. Nope. Animating a human flying after being punched would be so fun. Cat can't be playing his game anymore, lol. Too many people in chat. No, I just have it on in the background, it's fine.
I hate him for it. I actually really hate it. It makes me so annoyed.
They didn't see my question. I didn't even know... Where is your question? I don't see your question. You lied. You didn't have a question.
Oh, with that.
I killed them. I think dogs big enough to help hunt dragons are cool. Makes no sense and would not happen, but still cool image to think about.
Yeah, no, they don't have enough time to fucking breed that type of dogs.
I'd have to say that just a carnivore who can eat fish meats wander coral, granted with them not being aquatic, it would be scary experience. Yeah. Can pirates capture/sell animals? Well, again, there aren't any pirates in the game. I'm not a dev, but I'm wondering if they're going for a simplified diet system. I think it's between simplified. It's like kind of in the middle in survival games. Like you can eat what you want if you're a herbivore, an omnivore, or a carnivore, but if you eat certain things, you'll get bonuses. For humans, will there be environmental buildings like Sons of the Forest? No, we have an entire sort of discussion about that on the Discord in the dev updates. But in sort of layman's terms, I suppose, it's going to be more like if you've ever seen State of Decay, or if you've ever played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. They both have building systems in them that we're taking inspiration from. So for humans, there are going to be structures out in the world of all different types that players can go to, and they are rundown structures or destroyed structures or caves or mine shafts or whatever. Players can go there and claim them, and it's then they are the owners and they are there to basically refurbish them, bring them back up to life, make sure that they are, they're better, and then you can slowly start to upgrade the structure itself or the surrounding area. So, for example, if you had like a little hunter's lodge out in the middle of nowhere, it starts off like maybe it's an old burnt down cabin or it's just decayed over time. You would start by upgrading the outside so that way it becomes safe so no one can enter it. Then you'll be adding crafting benches or blacksmithing stuff or whatever in there. It's the player's choice. And then on the outside, maybe you want a little farm, or you want a stables for a few creatures or animals. And then maybe you're like, okay, I want to have a wall around it. So that's one of the upgrades. You can add a palisade wall around it to stay a bit more safe and secure. And then, there'll be different ones. There'll be like castles for bigger groups and forts and all that sort of stuff. So it gives us the ability to be able to control how things look when things are destroyed. So if there was a siege, we can make it look much better.
it keeps the immersion going. People aren't walking around and finding cube bases because people can't build. Most people can't. It also allows us to sort of encourage larger groups to fight one another, whereas smaller groups can kind of be hidden and scattered around. But yeah. They could be. Yeah, the tail. I think we said there was going to be multiple different types of tails for the Dustrius, didn't we? There was like a blade, and then there was a
blunt and sharp.
Yeah, club or blade.
Ankylosaurus, or that one creature, also four-legged table-looking thing that also has like this type of saw tail.
Yeah. Will there be only humans in your game? No high elves, no drows, no orcs, no goblins. Our game is low fantasy. There are no other races.
The
like
only drow here is me.
Yeah. There are no fantasy races like elves or drows or orcs or anything like that. Low fantasy. Think of Game of Thrones. Kind of like that. Will humans spawn as babies and grow up too, lol? No. There'll be no children in our game. Everyone is over the age of 18.
Yeah, we don't want any, because people are gonna be weird if you include things such as under 18 people.
We don't want any pedophiles.
Yeah, and then also if you start murdering babies, it's also
I don't have a problem with that.
No, it's the rating. It's the age rating. It's gonna be called like something terrible.
Have you seen the vampire film where a vampire gets hold of a baby and drinks it and then throws it, and it kind of looks like you're throwing one of those baby toys?
I haven't seen it, but I guess no, you don't have to show me.
I'll show you it another time. But it's but that film, it was more like vampires were more like zombies, so it was weird. Anyway. You said something about tameable animals. Does that mean humans can try and hunt dragons down with tames? Or is it just like horses, dogs, not fantastical stuff? There will still be some, creatures. So, there'll be like raptor things and sort of T-Rex-like things. So you'll still be able to tame those. Yeah. But you won't be able to tame like a flying creature, because we don't want that. Otherwise, you end up with arc-like combat, and that's really boring.
How vulnerable? Well, no, they're not dinosaurs. I said dinosaur-like. How vulnerable would human bases be to burglary? Would they have to announce their raid, or could they just kick down your door with enough tools and effort? It'll be like any other survivor game. You can attack that base whenever. You can be raided whenever.
You could take away all the tails now.
All them?
Mm.
Okay.
Take his tail.
Take the tail. Right. Right. Ek, do you wanna try do the one that Viteri did, the fucking charge up for a little bit,
Maybe.
just to keep the flow going, because people seem to be a bit more active. Once it dies down, we'll finish up, I think. Right, so define tame the wraiths and skates. You'll be able to tame them, yes.
What about the crave?
But with
crave, scale, and wraith?
the crates, yeah, you'll be able to tame all of
That's
them.
a tongue
but...
twister. Say that really
Yeah.
quickly, love, right now.
No.
Do it.
I don't even remember what it was.
Scathe, wraith,
Scathe,
crave.
wraith, crave. Scathe, wraith, crave. Okay.
Be careful you don't choke too hard on it, though.
Not you.
Oh.
Anyway.
What do you mean?
I've
never done
imagine-
What the fuck are you talking about?
Rabot, if you look up Scathe on the Discord, they kind of do have blade arms. But so large creatures will be able to be tamed by humans at the wraith size, but they will be limited. I'm also considering limiting the types you can have. Meaning, if you have a wraith, then you wouldn't be able to have a large herbivore at the same time. Possibly. Because I'm just kind of thinking in my head right now, that wouldn't really work. You know, you don't have a lion next to a cow normally.
Can we do its spit attack first, actually?
The
What?
pooey. Right. Let me read all of these things. I wanted to design a fish. Most survival games just have boring fish. We actually have like 5 fish that are designed. Wanda said, "Don't worry, I'll repeat my question. Will there be piscivorous dragons that only eat aquatic food added to the game? It could serve as a role for some non-aquatic builds to have a reason to venture to the water. I mean, nothing's planned at the moment, but maybe." Someone heard a cat. Egg, was the cat in the background for you?
Nope.
Or was that
Not
for me? It could have been me. Basically giving aquatic dragons a chance to hunt land dwellers besides camping and water source. Yeah, so some of the dragons will be able to go on land, so it's fine. It's a cool idea to think about a caravan of humans traveling the roads with large dinosaurs like these to protect themselves against dragons. Yep. We'll also want to add like carts that can have like ballistas and siege equipment on them for anti-dragon stuff. Team fish. Will custom How customizable will the dragons be, and how will customization work? Will it be like Path of Titans, where you flick through the different variations, and will it be the same for humans? Ek, do you want to describe the dragon
You
customization
get skins
algorithm?
and you get sliders to customize your horns, face, the chin, the nose, the spikes, the leg spikes. If you want fur, if you want different spikes, if you want different tail, if you want like different, you can do anything you want. Not anything you want, but like within limits. It's still dragon. Like for example, the Dustrius, you can all the crest stuff. Oh, I have to fucking show that, don't I? Have to do that. Look, it's all morph targets. All of this is what you can customize. For example, the crest spikes, which is up here. The length of them, height of the crest itself, the width of it, the curl. And yes, you can combine the width with the height if you want like a mega crest. And yes, you can have the crest spikes. Oh, if you fucking want, if you want to. The tip ones. You can have those super long too if you want. Then you can also have the snout length. Long or short snout. Spikes. And the turn. If you want to like straight faced or like curved. The beak length. The jaw width. If you want them fat cheeks or thin cheeks. Jaw spikes. Body spikes. Which is like the body up here. And then we have like the leg, the thigh ones, and then like there's the feet ones. Oh, you want your little hoof things, and then there's like the, oh fuck. The tail, at least for the spiky one. And as said, you can combine it if you want like a fat tail with the outwards, so if you want a fat tail with the long, or you can have it long, fat, and outwards. You can mix however you want. The curve of the in and out. This is like the up and down, if you want it like an upwards. If you want it like a downwards. The hand claws, also the shields. First off, here's the claws. Have long claws or short claws. Or you can have like the hand shield, the length of it, the curve of it, even outwards. And then you can do it on individual fingers, or you want like one smooth, or you want the middle one smooth, or you want all of them smooth. You can combine the smooth ones if you want to all have smooth, and then you can even curve it out. Curve it in. You can just have like the middle one smooth if you want. That's the type of customization you get.
Yeah. So in terms of human stuff, you're not going to get any height sliders because we want humans to stay the same. You'll have male and female variant. Then they'll have different skin colors, different hair types, eye colors. Maybe we'll allow you to change facial features, and then tattoos and scars and stuff. But you won't be able to change the height or build of your characters because that adds a lot of complications. So, Jesus, people are talking about a lot of fish. Hold on.
No, you will not choose between different crests because this is a Dustrius crest. You cannot have a different type of crest. You can just Dustrius is Dustrius. Yeah, it's like a lion is a lion. It doesn't get a different mane. You can choose the fluff of it or like the length of it, but you cannot choose to get like a completely different fucking mane.
So with dragons, the outline of the dragon will always remain the same because in a quick glance, you need to be able to say, okay, that's an icy or that's a Dustrius or whatever.
Because we have so many fucking different skins.
Did nomads lobotomize Skaiths at stuff too, or only flying dragons? They'll only do it to dragons because they want to become the dragon, not because they don't want to become a Skaith. Question with humans tames: can they breed them? Yes, that is planned. So tames will interact with their world and not be like arc tames. So the taming in our game, we want each tame to have a use. So that could range from helping with resource gathering, or helping with farming, or a combat mount. We want them to each mount to have a use, and we don't want it to be like Ark, where you end up just having a handful of creatures out of the hundreds because they're not optimal. We don't want that. We want people to be like, okay, I want this because of this, or just because I like it.
And if people are asking what animation this is the fireball animation. Everything looks funny when there's no, like...
Yeah, this is fireball animation, by the way, guys. This isn't a bite. It just looks very similar to a bite. There will be regional-based fish, yes. There will be saltwater fish, freshwater fish, maybe a bit of in-between fish, because I know some fish can go salt and fresh. And then there'll also be cave fish as well. Will baby dragons have huge, cute eyeballs?
Here, let me just make a cursed baby boy here. Growth. Huge, ugly little eyes. He's screaming. He's in pain.
That's all he knows. Pain and suffering.
He knows what you've done. That's a baby Dustrius. That's an adult Dustrius and a baby, an adult and a baby, adult baby. Ugly little thing.
Jesus, I'm catching up with all the fucking fish talk. Wanda says, I hope they do cool things like prey fauna, like adding tadpoles to freshwater sources that baby dragons can hunt, and frogs that live on land that babies can also catch. I don't think any of the dragons are small enough to want to catch something like that. Probably more be like chickens and rabbits, like quite big things. But yes, there will be small prey animals. The smallest one probably is actually a chicken, but most are like William-sized, so they're all that. Will there be breeding, and if so, will there be funny mating dances? There will be courtship dances, and because obviously for dragons, you'll be able to make a nest and lay eggs and stuff. There's not going to be a breeding animation, but there will be a courtship animation. Yes, this guy has fireballs. It's mainly for anti-air, so that they have a chance if something's attacking
Yeah,
them.
they can't fly, but they can shoot down things that flies. Or attempt to.
How early on in growth will dragons be able to use their abilities? It depends on the dragon, so we can't really answer that. Are nomad dragons somewhat aware while being used as meat puppets? Nomad dragons are the human in the dragon, so they're fully aware, because it's a nomad dragon controlling a dragon, so they're fully aware. Because they're using their brain, well, they're just controlling it. Are Williams tameable? Yes, they will be. They will scream. If they're placed on a post, they will scream when dragons are nearby, is the plan. So they're an early warning system. Samson, you'd be surprised with how many people have asked for breeding animations.
It's more than one.
I can count on more than my hands the amount of times we've been asked. Several dozen times, probably, at this point.
You'd be surprised. We've even been asked about war. Like, if we will have swallowing animations of, like, swallowing stuff. It's like, no, we won't, okay? No, we won't. The more you ask for it, no, we definitely won't. Like, oh, like a finish of, like, eating a guy whole. That'd be amazing. Now it's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Although the one animation I think will be cool is I want, like, if a human is killed by a carnivore, I want us to do an animation where, you know, like when a dog grabs hold of something and it fucking shakes it around.
Oh yeah, to break its neck. Yeah, I know, because I had a fucking dachshund, and that's the only thing they know.
Yeah, but I want that to happen, but like limbs start falling off.
That'd be amazing.
I just not breeding animations. I just thought dragons would do funny dances like tropical birds do. Yeah, that's fine. We're doing mating dances, which are, you know, where they what birds do, basically.
What's up? What do you say?
No, I'm just reading the chat. Need a pufferfish for aquatic dragons to get high on like dolphins do.
Be careful if your humans find out. They're gonna have a bad time. It's a drug war.
Sounds Clack. It sounds like you really want dragons to tear up those humans. Yeah, because they're giant creatures. That's what's going to happen if you try and take on a dragon. Also, I really want finishers and stuff. Like, if a human player is fighting another human and one of them goes down, I want the other player to use whatever thing they're holding as the finishing weapon. So if they're holding just a shield, for example, then you'll like fucking bash their head in with a shield. Or if you're holding a knife, maybe you just slit the throat, or stab them, or axe head off. Depending on the direction they're facing, I think it'd be really cool. But that's future things. So we actually have a animation pack which has like eye gouging and head bashing and strangling and drowning and all these like things in there, which I would love to use.
Like, it's all fun with me, I just can't drown. That's my only thing, I just can't drown.
You can't drown, but can you drown other people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't have a thing.
Yeah. We'd have to get someone else to... Well, we'll have a human animator, hopefully, by that point. But we'll make it as visual as possible. So, like, if you're getting, like, throat slit, you'll see it in first person. Just, like, the blood spray. Just... be cool.
Oh, Wonder Coral doesn't fucking know about our layer system. They were talking about like taking the humans' equipments for their nests, and it's like, oh, you don't know.
Yeah, that's the layer system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we've mentioned it somewhere. So in our game, what happens, because obviously we're a survival game, people deserve the chance to get back up. So if you go down as a human, if you go down to 0 hit points, then you fall over, you go back up to like 10, and then you slowly start bleeding out. If a friend or a player gets you in time, they can revive you, but you'll come back on low health. I think we would also say that you can crawl away, but then if a player interacts with you, then you get flipped onto your back, and then you can't move because you're being looted, basically. But that's how we'll do it for humans. It's very common nowadays. Revives are possible for humans, not for dragons. Yeah. Human gameplay is going to be first person only. Unless you're mounted, in which case we're probably going to allow third person. But when humans first come out, they may be third person, just because it's easier to animate in third person than first person. So
if people seem to hate that we're going to do it in first person, we'll give them an option, probably. But that's only if people are complaining.
I guess.
Like, imagine, like, they get used to the third person and be like, oh, I fucking hated it first, and then we'll have a massive player drop. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of a little bit against opening it up in third person.
Yeah, but it's that, or you have to wait...
depends on money.
3 more years for fucking
It
humans.
depends on money, entirely.
Okay, got projectile. Fireball.
Fireball.
Can you cross it off?
I can cross it off once I find it. Is it at the top? No. Limping? No. Right. Is it ground? Have you done all of them?
What do you mean?
Ground breath, enter, loop, exit,
Not
and
the
ground
breath,
project.
because Dustrius doesn't have a breath. It only has a projectile, only fireball. He doesn't have a breath. He has a special, which is the charge up shield, and then.
That's the breath, is it?
Yeah, that's the breath.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 3
right.
hours and 8 minutes.
I know. Guys, final questions, and then we'll be finishing it up. In the meantime, Ek, show something fancy, or just while I answer the questions. Or just move on to Limp.
No.
Get it out of the way.
No, it's okay.
Dragon / execution on humans. Yeah, there's already an idea. I mean, I think X, we've even shown off one, which we thought was cool.
What?
In dev updates. It was the Icy Crown one where his tail came up over him and then he jabbed the human and then did the fucking slam. When you guys say the whale dragon is a carnivore, will they actively hunt like orcas, or are they so large they will filter feed like normal whales? If we say carnivore, they're going to be eating other large things. Just checking the Discord. Are element breaths for all dragons? Are there elements breaths for all dragons or selected few? Each dragon has a specific ability.
Except for Apex, like Hydra.
Apexes, yeah. Dragons cannot make armor. No, they are only humans can. Will there be dragons with chameleon gameplay where they want to try and remain stationary or camouflage before using a long-term strike? Nope. There will be armor, dragon armor, but there will be one set of dragon armor per element rather than specific armors for each dragon, because that would be a lot of armors, too much. And they would probably work the similar way they do in Rust, which is it would be like a hazmat suit in Rust. So it's just one full suit rather than each individual piece. They would also not all be. They wouldn't give you bonuses to anything. It would just act like leather armor or fur armor or scale mail or iron armor. Because, again, the dragons are creatures. They're not overly special. Could humans make exploding gauntlets from the one dinosaur-looking dragon? No, because if we did that, then their arms would explode when they punch things. Again, low fantasy, guys. Think Game of Thrones. I mean, the reason that it's per element rather than per dragon is literally just financial. Because with the armors, we're currently doing light, medium, and heavy. We may do a super heavy for like a siege armor set later on. But anyway, let's say it's just light, medium, and heavy for now. So there's going to be light, medium, and heavy wood, light, medium, and heavy leather, hide, iron, and steel, and chitin. So that's like 7 sets of armor times by 3. So that's 21 sets of armor. Plus, there's male and female variations. So that's, 42 sets of armor. But let's ignore the male and female because they're slight changes, and I guess you could kind of say not. So there's 21 sets of armor. Then there will be clothing, which is not armor. So that's probably like another round up to 30, I guess. And then if we did dragon armor, where each one has its own set, then that's an additional 15 sets of armor on top of that. And if they have light, medium, and heavy, that's 45 sets of additional armor, and it gets silly. It gets stupid past that point. And then you add the male and female variants, and it goes up to like 100 different sets of armor. It's just too much. So, yeah. So, if we get a lot of money, sure, we'll do that, but we won't. So, how will the digging system be implemented into the game? Will we be able to dig burrows chunk by chunk, or will it just be... There's no digging system in the game. Do you have any plans for anti-zerg mechanics? Well, there'll be set amounts of groups sizes you can have. If there'll be set sizes for groups, and if you're hanging around people too long, then debuffs will start to happen. Unless obviously you're in combat, then it wouldn't really make sense. But for dragons, there'll be massive debuffs for staying around places too long. For humans, it's a bit more difficult because humans naturally do group up and they'll ally with one another. But we have ways that we plan on making Zergs want to fight each other rather than fighting smaller groups. No, there'll be no invincibility when spawning. You just spawn. If you die while spawning, it doesn't really matter. You just respawn somewhere else. Imagine a group of humans ganging up on a dragon with the elements armor and just punking it. Again, it's not... You don't become, like, immune. Maybe a tiny bit resistant, but not much. But yeah, there's a lot of features that I've just spoken about, but guys, please take into account that a lot of these features that we speak about probably not going to be in it for many years. We also aren't going to, include a lot of these features in the core game. Some of these are for updates in the future. These are things we'd like to add, not necessarily going to be in there for a long time. But I think that's all the questions.
You haven't even seen what I've done.
I know. I've been watching. I've just been ignoring it.
Now this is a pose of power.
Powerful. This is an emote.
So, is that it? Can I go to bed?
I think this might be an obvious question, but will dragons get weak when they have too much damage is applied to them? When they have too little health, will they be able to take off? They'll be able to take off regardless, but they will get slower and they will appear weaker and all that sort of
Except
stuff.
for Vulcan, he fucking goes on hyper mode.
Yeah. Ek, we could someone in chat said you should use this as a next thumbnail. If when we're working on this thing one day, you can use that as a thumbnail.
Honestly, just for that, I'm saving it in this pose. Next time I open it up and if I get up and I'll be like, oh fuck.
Right. Guys, we may be streaming a bit more over the coming week because we need to finish up on the Icy and the Dustrius this month. So we're probably going to stream a little bit more, Ek, okay? To get it done and out the way. So, yeah. So we may be back before Friday, but we'll be doing streams on Friday anyway. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, see you another time.
Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah.